Zito's night didn't start as it eventuated. Actually, with Gary Matthews leading off, Gary went 3-1 and gave up a base on balls, but quickly negated that by getting Michael Young to hit into a double play. And then that set him off on a run of retiring every batter he faced until the Mensch home run in the 8th inning. I shouldn't say that. Every batter he faced until a 2-out walk to DeRosa in the 6th. And then, of course, eventually came the Mensch home run. Meantime, the A's went meekly in the 1st inning, but things didn't happen that way in the 2nd. Chavez reached second base on a throwing error by Michael Young on his ground ball, and the fireworks started immediately thereafter. First of all, Hatterberg. Wasden sets and delivers. Swung. There's a bullet hit down the right field line. That'll bounce to the wall in one hop. Rounding third and jogging in to score is Chavez. Stopping at second with a stand-up double is Hatterberg. Rifling the first pitch is soft, and it's 1-0 A's in the 2nd. He is now 5 for 6 career off Wasden. And the A's new outfielder, Jay Payton, was on display for the first time here tonight. Fans, of course, sitting and looking and wondering how they would judge him. Well, after he looked at a strike, I think they probably judged him pretty favorably. Wasden sets and delivers. Jay Payton to make his first plate appearance as a member of the Athletics. Former Met, Rocky, and Padre, and Red Sox. Batting .263 this year in 55 games, 5 home runs. Right-handed batter.
Watching him in batting practice, Bill, he's got a short stroke. Pretty quick stroke.
Payton wearing number 16. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, hit in the air, deep to left center field, very deep, and gone! Jay Payton homers on the second pitch he sees as a member of the Oakland Athletics, and John Wasden still has gopher ball trouble in the big leagues. It is 3-0 Athletics.
And Bill, you mentioned that Payton was wearing number 16. You're supposed to hit home runs if you're wearing.
That's right.
If you're wearing number 16 for the green and gold.
The old Jason Giambi number. After Dan Johnson flied out, Nick Swisher got ahead in the count against Wasden. And the 3-1 delivery. Swing. There's a high drive. Deep to right. All the way. Home run. Nick Swisher. 4-0 Athletics here in the 2nd inning. Swisher takes a tour for the 12th time this year, topping the American League rookies in home runs and RBIs. His 41st of the year. And in the top half of the 3rd inning, with 2 out, Zito also got the benefit of the area of foul ground here that is, of course, most ample, more than any major league ballpark. But it helps if you have corner infielders who can do things like Dan Johnson did on DeRosa's foul. And the 3-1 delivery.
4-0 A's, and here's Mark DeRosa, the former Brave, and a pop-up down the first base line. Dan Johnson, foul territory, makes a running, sliding catch, reaching over his shoulder, and Barry Zito has an economical 1-2-3. Top of the 3rd inning, and he's faced a minimum through 3, and after 2.5, it's 4-0 Athletics.
And Wasden was perhaps hoping the worst was behind him, but not so. Kotze rifled a single to right, starting the A's 3rd. Crosby beat out an infield hit, and Chavez worked to count the 2-2.
Chavez, a closed stance, close to the plate, deep in the box. And out of the stretch at the bell. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and driven to deep right. Hidalgo is going to watch. And it is gone. A 3-run bomb to right center field by Eric Chavez. His 14th home run. The A's 3rd tonight. And it's 7-0 Athletics. And that's going to be it for John Wasden. 7 home runs allowed to the A's in his last 2 starts against them here at the Coliseum. And Joaquin Benoit has been summoned from the bullpen.
But the A's would get only 2 more hits the rest of the night. A couple of Kendall singles against 3 relievers, the most notable of whom was Joaquin Benoit, who gave up just 2 hits and no runs and 4 strikeouts in 4 of the 3rd innings. The rest of the drama of the night revolved around Zito as he continued to set down the side in order. In fact, after he retired the first 2 in the 5th inning, he had set down a total of 13 in a row, and Kevin Mensch was up. Here's the 2-2. Bouncing ball to third. Chavez has the second hop. Guns it to first for the out. 1-2-3 in the fifth inning. And so, the minimum number of batters faced by Zito, and no hits on the board for the Rangers as the A's lead 7-0. And now the crowd was becoming very much aware of just exactly what was going on here. And in the sixth inning of the ball game, he had retired 16 straight after getting 2 pop-ups to start the inning. But DeRosa, a 185 hitter, worked a walk on a 3-2 pitch, bringing up the top of the order Gary Matthews, who's been swinging the bat pretty well of late. Full count of 3-2 with 2 out. Johnson not holding the runner at first. DeRosa, he'll be going. And very ready. Delivers. Swing and a bouncer past the mound. Charged it short by Crosby. The throw to first for the out. And Zito has no hit. The Rangers through 6 with only 2 walks and 1 over the minimum. After 5.5. 7-0 A's. And those gloves behind him came to his aid in the 7th after he got Young on a ground ball out to start the inning, facing Teixeira, the American League's home run leader.
Zito winds and deals. The 2-2 pitch popped up right side foul territory. Long run for Johnson in foul territory. Makes a sliding catch that holds on the grass right in front of the track down by the Rangers bullpen. Great play by Dan Johnson, and that's out number 2.
And that tops his similar play on DeRosa back in the 3rd.
And the fans just loving this, Bill King. Sliding, sprawling, sliding on the grass and taking advantage of the ample foul territory at the Coliseum.
There's no serious threat of a hit at this point. But Blaylock put a different picture on it.
As Berry checks with Kendall into the windup. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on. Hit to right center field. Kotsay racing in the alley. Diving. Makes a run. Actually a running catch. I thought he was going to dive. Actually at the last second just outran the baseball. And then racing into right center field. Didn't have to dive. And made a reaching, lunging backhanded play for the final out of the top of the 7th inning. As the A's sparkling with the gloves here tonight. And the fans love it. Go to the bottom of the 7th. A's 7, Texas nothing.
Up came the 8th, and the 22,423 were now really in the swing of it, wondering if Zito would get over the hump that Harden couldn't last night. Well, Soriano started things in the 8th inning.
Texas Rangers have 2 hits in this series. 7-0 A's, top of the 8th. Soriano leading off. A's outfield a gap in right center, and the pitch to Soriano is a ground ball to third. Giving ground, Chavez has it. Fires it across high. Johnson off the bag. Makes the tag on Soriano going by. Chavez hurrying the throw. It sailed on him toward the home plate side of first base. Dan Johnson coming off the bag and then reaching back and barely nipping Soriano about a half step from the first base bag.
And the crowd had barely heaved a sigh of relief when Zito offered the first one up to Kevin Minch.
And Berry's pitch to Minch is ripped to left field. Jay Payton going back on it. Payton's at the track, turning around, leaping, and it is gone. And Kevin Minch breaks up the no-hitter and the shutout with a 1-out home run up on the ledge in left field. 1 out in the 8th inning, and that gets the Rangers on the board at 7-1 Athletics. Last night's a perfect game of Rich Harden, the attempt broken up in the 8th with 1 out on Soriano's hit. And now with 1 out in the 8th inning tonight, the no-hit bid by Zito broken up by Kevin Minch on a home run.
Oh, but then Zito got a visit on the mound from Crosby and from his catcher Kendall. Came back to strike out Hidalgo, but Baraja's sinking liner went into left center field under the glove of Payton for a double before Zito got DeRosa with the final out of the night on his 108th pitch. Final out from Zito, and in the ninth it was going to be the bullpen to finish it up for the A's, who led 7-1. But Jay Witasik's debut and his return to an Athletics uniform didn't go well. A Matthews single, a Young double, and a walk sent Witasik back to the dugout and brought on Rincon to get a ground ball force out off the bat of Blaylock before Kiko Calero came in, struck out Soriano, and faced Minch, not wanting Minch to do any more damage. Now the 1-2 from Calero. Swing and a miss. Struck him out of the pitch in the dirt. And the A's have topped the Rangers for the second straight night. They've won their 5th in a row, the 12th of the last 13 at home. And once again, an A's starter gave serious thoughts to the possibility of a no-hitter. It lasted 7 1/3, as did Harden's did last night. In the end, the A's have taken the first 2 of this 4-game set from the Rangers tonight to the tune of 7-2. And when we return, the Z-Man himself, Barry Zito, will